Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Bright Ideas Paper Publishing, aka, well, under the name of Jennifer Rawling, who a lot of their books is under. Bright Ideas Paper Publishing, of course, is the publishing company itself. But they have 2 more pixel books out, and you know how much I love these. So, we have 50 cartoon characters, and we have Who Is This? And they are both the 3x3 millimeter squares. So of course I won't be able to do complete flip throughs of these books because it's not going to show you a whole heck of a lot. You can kind of make out some of it. But let's look at this one first. So we have 50 cartoon characters. So yes, we have 50 pictures in here. So it's a rather thick book. A lot of the other ones we have, like, you know, between 20 and 25 pictures. So this is a larger, thicker book. We have Winnie the Pooh on the front. We have this on the back cover. It says 50 colorful pages of 3x3 millimeter squares, color by number. It's on Amazon paper. So it shows you the color palette at the bottom. So let's have a look. Now, I did just take a glance at this book, and there's only one problem I have with it. This is yet another one of their books that they follow the Prismacolor marker set for. So there's a ton of colors throughout this book. And as a matter of fact, I did one out of, they have one other book like this that follows the Prismacolor marker colors. And one of them, I think it was number 1 or whatever, was the colorless blender. It was really strange. Why would you be, wouldn't you just leave it white? So needless to say, I didn't color in those squares. But yeah, it's, I don't know, it must be just how the computer program created that particular picture, I guess. It says use a color code at the bottom of each of the 50 color by number pages to slowly fill in the shapes to reveal a full color illustration. Full color solutions are included at the back of the book. And remember, the last one they had like this, I was disappointed that there were no full color solutions at the back. This one does. So I thought I heard somebody say that they went back and corrected the previous version or the previous book like this. But mine, irregardless, does not have the solutions at the back. But I think the other one does now. It says, note, if you don't have the exact color in your color collection, feel free to use a similar color or even a completely different color if you like. And with following this huge color palette, you know, unless you are using the Prismacolor markers, which would be awesome to have for something like this now, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's going to be nearly impossible to find every single color. I did do a couple out of the other book, and I did jot down some of the colors, you know, for those couple of pictures that I matched up. Can't remember what fine liners I used, because of course I always use fine liners. But this is one nice thing that they added to this book also, and I'm not sure again if they updated their prior book like this. It gives you all of the Prismacolor markers and their colors, gives you the code for that particular marker, so the number and the color name for all of the Prismacolor markers. So what you can do here then is it says your color. You can pick out your coloring medium that you want to use, say a fine liner or another marker, or in this case you'd probably have to use a couple of sets if you're going to go through and match up all these colors. You know, maybe put a key at the top where Like I love using my Artisan Inconics, so maybe A would be for Inconics, or I like my Cool Bank, so maybe CB, and I also like my Hoo fine liners, so maybe an O, you know, something like that. And then you could use the code and then which one it is. Just an idea. The couple of pictures that I did, I of course did not go through, I know, shock, did not go through the entire color palette and match everything up because it's just so many. So I just matched up the colors for that particular picture. And each picture does not have a lot of them. Plus, they make the squares quite big. So it's relatively easy to match them up. Over here does give you the Prismacolor marker color name and their particular number. So it does give you the name of the color also, which I do appreciate. I wish the Disney color by number books kind of did that, because they have huge color palettes for each picture. They're very little squares, and there are no names or anything associated with them little squares. And sometimes it's impossible to tell if it's a black or a dark brown or a dark blue, or you know what I mean? So here we can see, like, number 4 is dark umber. So you know that's just a dark brown, right? Number 5 is indigo blue. Number 6 is jet black. So then we know, okay, that's the black one. So at least by giving you the names over here, you get an idea of what color they want on here. And you can definitely tell what image this is. So yeah, even though they do use a huge color palette, I think this book is going to be so much fun. And as I go through, you know, you go through each picture, you're going to match up more colors. When I did mine, I just looked on my list to see if I already had it picked out. If I didn't, okay, I would match it up, you know. So some of them use more colors than others. But yeah, all these cartoons, it's gonna be so much fun. Just didn't have a chance to color one out of here yet. Oh, we can tell who that is too. So yeah, going to be lots of fun. All right, so I am going to flip back to the answers, and if you are one that you don't like to see the answers, like when I do show the solutions, when I'm showing some of the Disney coloring books, the color by numbers, look away now. And for those of you who want to see them, continue watching. I'll let you others know when I'm done showing the answers. So I'm not going to mention anything about any of the pictures for those of you who have turned away or maybe fast forwarded or what have you, but cute one. So you can see we do have landscape ones. Well, one so far. Gonna have to do that one, of course, and this one too. Love that. So yes, we do have a few landscape ones, not many. Oh, that one's cute too. They're all cute. Oh, that one too. And then finally this. Oh. All right. So I can't really cover it up completely. Okay, if you don't want to see the answers, you can look back. So on the very back page, we do have a thank you page. Then they do have their social media. They are on Instagram at bright.ideaspaper, and on Amazon, Bright Ideas Paper Publishing. And again, this is under the name of Jennifer Rolling. So they do have a Gmail account, bright.ideas brightidespaperpublishing@gmail.com. So maybe I did leave a comment on Instagram where they posted this, about this book, and I did ask them if, there was a particular reason why a couple of their books followed this huge Prismacolor color palette versus their other one. They have a few books out that is only, what was it, 26 or something, I don't know, but a much simpler color palette. Maybe it was even 32, I can't remember, but much simpler than this. As of before I started recording today, I didn't have a reply back, but I did have a lot of likes on my comments, so maybe they're going to see that. But maybe I will also email them at that email and just see, maybe they have a reason. Maybe they've had requests by people who do have the Prismacolor markers. I don't know. And I meant no offense by it. I was just wondering. So their other book they have out does not follow the huge Prismacolor color palette. So this one is called Who Is This? Color by Number Pixel Quest. So this is the front cover, and this is the back cover. This one has 35 pages of the 3x3 millimeter squares, many diverse styles, colorful, abstract, pop art, grayscale, etc. Color Amazon paper. It is not the glossy paper. And again, by Bright Ideas Paper, under the name of Jennifer Rolling. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So this book belongs to, now here we have the color palette that is needed for this particular book. So we do only have 24 colors. So much more manageable than that. Now, some of you may like the large color palette. I'm just saying my preference is a more simplified color palette. By having that huge color palette, you get a lot more diverse colors in your images. There's no doubt about that. I just have a hard time matching them all up. So what I did here then, because I know I'm going to want to match up more than one fine liner for this book. So this is for my Ohuhu fine liners. And that's what I colored this particular picture in that I'm going to show you. It says use the color code at the bottom of each of the 35 color by number pages to slowly fill in the shapes to reveal a full color illustration. Full color solutions are included at the back of the book. So there you have it. I didn't even look to see if there were solutions. Sure enough. Oh, and it gives an explanation of each one. I didn't even look at that. So we'll again look at that. And again, if you don't want to see the solutions, I'll let you know when I'm going to show them. So very much, that's not right, a very simplified version of their color palette versus this. So again, don't know which one you prefer, but, and I couldn't match these up exactly either, of course, but I just picked out my pink and then a dark pink. I didn't have this color. I just picked out a violet and then a darker purple, so you just have a lighter and a darker version. Same with the blues, the greens. I definitely didn't have these colors in my Ohuhu fine liner, so I just got a light, a medium, and a darker brown. Cream is probably one of the harder ones in some sets of markers or fine liners or pencils. I mean, depending on what size set you're using. Now, I just finished this morning. And I love how it turned out. Took me a while to realize who I was creating because I started with the black and I'm like, what in the world? And then I went in, I just did, part of it, and then went in with the red, and as I got down into here, I finally realized it was going to be Spider-Man. And I did this with my Ohuhu fine liners. Like I said, I figured out a color palette for them. It shows you the multiple ways, of course, that you can do these 3x3 millimeters, which if you have any of the companies 3x3 millimeters, we have a number of them out there now. Yay. You know, you can fill it in completely. You can do the circle method, or some call it the dot method, or the cross stitch, which is what I always do. So then we have the color palette here that is needed for that particular picture, which is always nice. They only have the colors that you're going to need. And then white, they don't put a number in. Yay. Matter of fact, you're going to notice in here, they don't even have the lines drawn in. So that's the first time I have seen that. Usually the lines are there anyhow, even if they don't have a number in there. So this is particularly nice. I don't know if they're all like that. Yeah. See, like for the mouth down here, there's no lines in there whatsoever. So that's you know, another nice added feature in this particular book. So yeah, thought it turned out nice. So some of them do not have the background colored in, where this one did. So take you a little bit less time to do that. I have no idea what that is. Oh, some of these you definitely can see though. But let's go to the back of the book, and we're going to look at the answers. So again, if you don't want to see the answers, I know some of you like the surprise. Even if I look at the answers, I'm not going to remember it by the time I get back to this book. So I have a very short memory. Okay, so here we go with the answers. All right. So I can talk about the first one, Spider-Man, because you've already seen it. So here it gives a whole little story about Spider-Man and about each of the characters that are in this book. So it talks about Spider-Man as a superhero created by writer-editor Stan Lee and writer-artist Steve Ditko. So it goes on to talk all about Spider-Man and how he got bit from a radioactive spider, and you know, all about that particular character. So let's have a look, and they are numbered. So we have 4 on this page. This is one that, yeah, you definitely could see even without filling it in. So let me scoot this over. Oh, I love that. So here we have 4 more. Oh, yeah. Oh. And some more. That'll be a popular one. So some of these will have very limited color palettes, right? And you definitely can tell who they are, or what cartoon character they are. Some real people, some fictional, some cartoons. So a little bit of all of it. All right, you can turn back if you didn't want to see the answers. So here again, we have our thank you page and their social media information. So there you have it. Bright Ideas Paper Publishing's newest Pixel books. I love them. I will link both of these down below in the description if you are interested in them for yourself. I hope you enjoyed seeing their newest Pixel color by number books. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new to my channel. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. And as always, happy coloring. Bye, guys.